Welcome to Girl Dad Podcast. I am here with the amazing Lexi O'Neill, my oldest daughter, oldest of 4 daughters. She's 25. She is in social media at the NBA. But other than that, she is fun, smart, exciting, terrific, a wonderful daughter. Glad to be here with you, Lex.
Oh, thank you. I'm Lexi, and I am here with my lovely, lovely father, Scott O'Neill. Sports pro, business pro, everything you need to know. Honestly, just life. Like, he kind of has all the answers, and that's what I've slowly learned. So, hopefully, some of this knowledge can be shared with you.
Oh, boy. Okie dokie. Little fit check first. You've got a pink hat on. I'm not sure what brand that is.
It's actually a brand I just discovered. It's called Boys Lie.
Okay. Oh, boy.
I know. And I saw the
We're
name.
Off to a roll.
I saw the name, and I was like, I need everything that they make because that's amazing.
The wrong Boys Lie, it should be called. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, and then we got like some sort of way too much action going on here.
No,
Okay.
I have a sweatshirt. I was just like, I'll just go for like chill.
Good. I got my Be Fierce hat on.
Yeah, cute.
Given to me by my good friend Murph, who
runs. Is there a little wolf on that?
Yeah, he runs Great Wolf Lodge.
Oh.
Murph, yeah. Great CEO.
I love Great Wolf Lodge.
Yeah, he's great. Good friend. Great CEO.
That is a place we don't go enough anymore.
Well, you're probably aged out of that. About 15 years ago. Okay, let's get started. Girl Dad Podcast, where we talk about life, love, the pursuit of happiness, some sports biz. And let's get it kicked off with 5 characteristics. Let's do this together. That I believe that you have and you believe that I have. So we have shared
our shared characteristics.
Yes, you go first.
Like 5 things we have in common. One is our emotions.
Totally agree.
The way that we both have very strong emotions, feel things very deeply, which means like super high highs, super low lows.
We're high feelers.
Yes.
I don't know if that's the same. Is that the same?
Yeah. No, but like that too.
Okay, so high emotions for sure. It's a roller coaster. Now, as I've gotten older, I've smoothed them out a little. They still exist, but when I was your age, I was like you are. No, but it's wonderful. It's not.
No,
it's what it is.
I love it. I actually love it.
Yes, no, it's the highs
are
and when you have those highs, you want to stretch them out as long as you can. And when you have those lows, you just got to figure out how to get out of them quicker. Yeah. But it's a hard way to live actually, but an amazing way to live.
Yeah. No, totally.
And then I think we're both high feelers. Like we're extremely sensitive.
Yeah.
We feel other people. If we upset someone, we know it.
Oh yeah.
You know, if we make someone happy, we know it. And there's some real gifts in that. But also like, we if we upset someone, we feel that emotion too.
Heavy.
What's another one for you?
Oh, another one I feel like is like our all around energy. Like we're just like good vibes. I feel like we're both like, I mean, not like toot our own horns, but like, like we're both like life of the party, like hilarious, like 2 of the funniest people I know, like top 1 and 2.
Oh boy.
And Shannon might slide up there above one.
That's my sister Shannon, youngest of 5.
Funniest person.
IMG coach, girls coach, All-American,
Baddie.
Amazing athlete.
Yeah.
One of the funniest women in the world.
Baddie.
Okay, anything else you can think of?
Wait,
I think we both work hard.
I just swallow my gum.
I think we both don't swallow your gum. That's a terrible habit.
I know. But I heard it's a lie about.
You've done that though. On this podcast. You haven't shot enough for you to do that twice already.
Because I keep forgetting that I'm chewing gum and I'm like, oh, like I don't want it to be like on the mic. Like this isn't some ASMR podcast.
I also would say that we both have a little bit of edge to our game.
Yeah.
And again, sometimes that's really good and sometimes that's not so good.
Yeah.
But that's what we are. That's how we show up.
Yeah, it's a little bit like we
kind
of like to push people's buttons.
We do push people's buttons.
In a loving way.
That same edge, not always, but that same edge also gives us a little like chip on our shoulder to like, look, we work a little bit harder. We push a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's good.
Wait, that's another thing that I was going to say is another thing we have in common. Number 3 is our competitiveness. Like, I feel like in games and sports and in like real life, like how you always said, like be the hardest worker in the room. Right. Like, I feel like we both have like that like competitive drive. Like we don't want to lose.
Yeah, for sure. That's going.
Okay, last 2 are you.
I think that's 5.
That was 3.
Remember you said you're not that good at math?
No.
Numbers? Remember last time?
Dad, wait, no, that is
I went to 10,000
crazy.
sporting events.
No, wait, no,
That was
is
5.
that okay? Yes, I remember that, but that's crazy because I was 3.
Okay, we're gonna transition. Hey, here's some. Let's talk a little bit. John Wooden. I don't know if you noticed that. Do you know who John Wooden is? This ball's
He
autographed by
played
John
for
Wooden.
UCLA.
Oh my goodness! So this was given to me by
Is that wrong?
by the amazing Peter Pilling. Do you know who Peter Pilling is?
Yes.
Do you know what he's doing now?
Yes.
Athletic director of Columbia.
I know he's one of your friends.
Yeah, was from church. Was my home teacher. Wonderful guy. Great family
Cute.
man. Now the athletic director at Columbia. He
So
gave me this when he was working out at UCLA. He was the coach at UCLA.
Oh, see, I got UCLA
Well, it
right.
says UCLA on the ball, I believe. Did you see it? How many championships did John Wooden win?
9.
10. Close.
Let's go.
Can you name one player that played for John Wooden?
Yes. What year did he coach?
Oh, no. Just name a player.
JJ Redick.
JJ went to Duke. You've got to be kidding me. Have you ever heard of Lou Alcindor?
No.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yes, of
They're
course.
the same guy.
Wait,
But when he was there,
wait, what?
yes, he was a New York legend. He was Lou Alcindor and then converted to Islam and then changed his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh,
but
wow.
Lou
Wait,
Alcindor,
that's so cool, actually.
Bill
Wait.
Walton,
Okay.
just
Yes, I know
recently
him.
passed away.
I know. Rest in peace.
Became like a friend at the NBA. He was a wonderful, wonderful guy. Great ambassador of the game and a big
Cute.
proponent of all the lessons in the pyramid, John Wooden's famous pyramid. So we have that here.
Wait, what's his famous pyramid?
Oh my. Okay. That's for next episode. But you can Google that and look it up. So good history lesson on basketball. I want to talk about a couple things.
Okay.
Let's talk about the trust the process days.
Oh my, the best days of our life, you mean? The glory days?
The glory days.
The Philly days.
So I
Wow.
was the CEO of the 76ers. I came in 2012, I believe.
2012. Because I was in
2013.
8th grade.
2012.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the team wasn't very good.
No.
We were a middling team with a high salary.
Yep.
High on the salary cap.
Yep.
Low on the win total, kind of middling, finished like 7-8
Yeah.
every year. And we decided to tear it down. GM who was our general manager?
Sam Hinkie.
Sam Hinkie, the great Sam Hinkie, now teaching at Stanford.
Wow, really?
And
I
what
didn't
did
know
he
that.
decide to do with that team?
He decided to rip it all down
Tear it down.
and build it back up.
Trade Evan Turner.
Yes.
Trade Thad Young.
Oh, Thad Young.
Trade Drew Holiday,
Yes.
who became an all-star.
Yes.
Won a championship with the Celtics.
Yeah.
Really good player.
Crazy. And then we got all those #1 picks.
Yes. Any favorite trust the process players?
Of course, Markel.
Markel Fultz, not TJ McConnell.
Oh, I love TJ.
How about
Oh
Isaiah
my
Cannon?
gosh.
Cannonball.
Love Isaiah too. Oh, but I just love Markel because he's such a sweetie.
How about Cove?
Or Ben. Of course, I love Ben.
How about Robert Covington? You're going right to the
Love
stars.
Rocco.
I'm going to like the Henry
Wait,
Sims.
no, but I love all these guys too.
Okay.
JJ was
okay,
a
so
trust
for
the process
those
guy,
who
right?
might not know the story, he was after trust the process. But I mean, he was part of the process, but
Yeah.
late in the game.
Yeah,
We're
well,
gonna
the
talk
process
we'll
still
talk about
hasn't
JJ
really
in a
been
second.
completed, so it's kind of still going on.
I guess you could say that. So we had some tough times. Over a 3-year period, we lost more games than any team in NBA history.
Yeah, it was.
We had
brutal.
a losing streak going that I believe was the second longest of all time. And I will tell you, but it was fun.
It was fun.
Brett Brown, who's now an assistant in San Antonio,
Love Brett.
one of the most wonderful human beings, wonderful, amazing coach, kept this positive energy in the locker room, positive energy on the court. Man, it was what a treat and a gift to be able to work with him.
Yeah, he's awesome. But it was crazy because those games, we were just like some of the only people in the whole arena.
Well, when we first got there, I used to say to Brian Norman, who was running ticket sales, he reminded me this the other day. He's now a big executive with HBSC, but he was a young ticket sales director. I used to say, I could shoot a cannon through this arena right now and not hit anybody. That's what he said I used to say.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no,
it's true.
It was cavernous.
It was
a big
bare.
arena, one of the biggest arenas in the NBA, and there was nobody there.
Great
We had
arena.
the smallest. We walked in. We had the smallest season ticket base in the league. When we left 8 years later, largest season ticket base in the league. Kind of fun.
Baller.
And came in one of the worst teams in the league. We ended up winning. We having the best record in the NBA one year.
Yeah.
And so this was a total transformation. Lowest sponsorship base in the league, moved up top quartile. Like lowest ratings, lowest merchandise, all through the roof. So it's from a business
Wow.
story. It's probably one of the best business stories never told because not as many people
Why
care about
is that? Why does no one talk about
because
it?
I don't. It's not that interesting. It's more interesting to talk about Joel Embiid and winning the
Well,
MVP. I mean,
I feel
that's an
like
amazing story. Like you draft a guy with literally a broken back.
right.
He
He
ends
had
up
a
being
broken
MVP.
back when they
Yes, when we
drafted.
drafted him. That's why he dropped to 3 out of Kansas. You know,
Whoa.
and Ben
Crazy.
Simmons, who was like just all everything. And I know he's had some struggles lately, but man, oh man. I mean, this guy comes out of the gates, wins Rookie of the Year, sits a year out, wins Rookie of the Year, then goes All-Star, I believe All NBA third team. His 4th year. So anyway,
I
he
love
was
him.
wonderful. It was fun.
It was
And then
so much fun.
probably the worst day is a family memory. The Mother's Day Massacre, Toronto.
Oh.
Amazing team,
Oh.
right? So you got Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Buckets, your mom's
Yeah.
favorite player.
I love
You got
Jimmy.
JJ Redick, one
Except,
of my
wait,
all-time
did you
favorite
see
players.
the Jimmy news from today?
It was tough.
Crazy,
Yeah,
right?
suspending him for 7 games.
Yeah. Well, and they're releasing him.
Yeah, well they'll trade him for somebody.
Crazy.
Yeah, but Jimmy is just a fierce competitor. So we had
Love
Joel,
him.
Ben, JJ, Jimmy Buckets.
Yeah.
That was a squad.
That was a squad.
And we had an offer to go get Kawhi that year, but we had to trade one of our bigs, and we didn't do it. And then Kawhi ends up beating us in that last second shot.
I love
Or we just, you know,
Kawhi. That shot though was, oh my gosh.
Yeah, as Brett Brown says, like they couldn't have gone through it any more specifically in the walkthrough. Like that is the play they run, and we just got to cut the corner and turn them back the other way, and we didn't do it. And the ball, how many times did it bounce in the rim? I don't know, 6, 7 times.
Yeah.
That
oh
was
my
heartbreaking.
gosh.
But to be there
I can't even think
with
about
the
it.
girls, with all our family,
I actually was not
was pretty
there.
special. Wait, you weren't there?
No, I know.
Where were you?
I was working at the refugee camp in Greece.
Oh, well, you were doing good work.
I was doing good work, but I didn't have, like, the time difference was crazy. And then I didn't have, like, service because I didn't have an international plan. So I didn't know until I got to the refugee camp the next day. The director of the camp, like, was waiting for me. And he was like, come watch this.
That was the year.
I started
and
crying.
we broke the team up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was tough times. Anyway, a fun
tough.
run.
Such
A really
good
fun
stretch.
run. I do
Oh my
remember one
gosh.
particular, two particular things that I wanted to bring up. One, I remember coming home one day. I read something. It was in USA Today on the cover, and it was like a big CEO. His daughter had sent out some pictures of herself, and ended up. Do you remember this? So
No.
she had sent pictures to a boy in school, and they went around. Ended up in USA Today. And I remember come home talking to your mom. I was like, I'm gonna say something to the girls. She's like, what are you gonna say? I was like, well, I don't know. Like, I don't know if they really get it. Like, this is serious. Like,
yeah.
it was at that time when like phones were just becoming prevalent. And, you know,
Snapchat.
boys and girls were making bad decisions with phones. And so I remember sat you girls down. I was like, hey, you know, here's what happened to the CEO. And like, you know, I don't want you taking pictures of yourself without any clothes on and sending it to boys. Like, it can't happen. Like, it'll end up in the paper, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And you're like, oh, we would never, Dad. I'm like, would you never? Or like, I'm looking at your mom like, is this true? Like, I have no idea. So hopefully that was true.
That's crazy.
But the risk was high back then. And like, did you even know? Like, because I was getting quite a bit of hate on social media.
Oh, no, your
and the
Twitter
radio.
was insane. You
Twitter
on
was tough.
Twitter and Reddit, you got torn apart. Like, literally torn apart every day.
But were you aware of it?
Like, there were some times when I would like see like a random retweet of like someone, I would like Photoshop your face on like a monster or something.
Yeah, it wasn't that funny to me. No, it's like
No,
it's like hurtful.
It's actually like,
It's hurtful.
what's it called? Like, not online bullying, but cyberbullying. It's literally cyberbullying.
Yeah, no, I guess like when you're a public figure, I was like a pseudo public figure, but I was like the only one that was out there
Right.
because Sam was kind of a recluse, you know, he's like,
Yeah.
in a way, and Brett was a coach, so they were just talking basketball, and I was like the one person that they
Right.
know was like a piñata,
Right.
and whether it be like Philly radio or online, I remember this one guy charging me in the arena. I remember getting death threats. Like I got some bad stuff. Yeah.
That is so scary.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
I remember we had to call the FBI on a couple of them.
Wait, were you ever actually call the FBI on some
Yeah.
people?
And we had our security go visit some folks in Philadelphia area just to make sure that it was you know the threats were.
That's
veiled
like
threats.
kind of baller though.
Yeah. But occasionally, like I would tweet, like I would message some bad stuff back because I would just be so
I
frustrated.
actually do.
And it got me in a
remember
little bit of hot water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you know what
No,
you
it
would
wasn't
do
my
all the
finest
time
hour.
is you would just send back the clown emoji. Like
I
someone
know,
sent a
but-
mean time.
No, I remember one time I was in this arena in Washington. It was our opener, and I learned like never to turn when someone call your name. It's like
Oh,
Scott, Scott, Scott. So I was like, sound like a young kid. So I just looked up. He's like, you blocked me on Twitter. And I was like, look, man, I only block people who curse or say like some magic words because my kids follow me and blah, blah, blah.
right.
I won't do it. I'm like, okay, what's your name? Basketball baller dog 174. I was like, okay, basketball baller dog 174, whatever his name. I can't remember. It was something ridiculous. So I unblock it. We lose the game. And he like tweets at me again. So I block him again. He messages me like, oh man, I was just frustrated. I'm like, you're never coming back.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. How many people do you think
like
you've
3,000 blocked?
just on Twitter?
Yeah, but there were some magic words that if you use them as automatic block. So
I respect that.
I know.
You're
but
just
I
like
I know, but I shouldn't have been reading them.
shameless.
Reading them.
Yeah, but like you can't help it.
Yeah.
Like that's so valid. You're gonna read the comments. Like people were saying crazy stuff too.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't read the comments. Anyway, so I remember this other time too, is during the heart of it. And it was like a high pressure. It was fun though. Like in the office, I remember getting called to our landlord. Our landlord called us down. We were working out of the Navy Yard in Philadelphia. And our landlord called us down and he threatened to evict us not because of our team performance, but because we were having, it was too loud. So we had a DJ on Fridays. We bring it to the office.
In the office at the Sixers.
Yeah. And we had
that is amazing.
And it was hard. The market was hard. So when our sales reps would sell something, they would stand up on the desk and each have their own song and they would do a little dance.
I love that.
And then for the first sale, there was a parade around the office. So if you made your first sale, it was a parade around the office. If you were they, cut ties, even the women would have ties. We'd cut them off and hang them on the wall. So it was like a party up there. It was fun. It was really fun.
I love
so
that.
So despite all the pain on the court,
gosh.
I've never been in such a fun environment.
You guys were having fun. And that's, such a testament to you because obviously that culture comes
Chris
from
Heck,
the top.
who's our president at the time, and Jake Reynolds, who's now president of the Devils. Chris is now running Aston Villa. Brian Norman, Ben, of course. That crew was just special.
Yeah.
We had special managers. Chelsea, man, what
such
amazing group.
The best people.
And it just created an environment of fun. And that it was like really consistent with Brett. Like I remember, anyway, I could tell you 100 stories, but like, Brett once every 2 or 3 weeks would have his guys present something through PowerPoint. So I remember Dario. Remember Dario Sarge?
I love Dario.
Yeah, so he did a thing on, he was Croatian, did a thing on Croatia.
Oh my gosh.
I remember Robert Covington, one of our players, he loved snakes. So he did this thing on snakes and then went into his bag and pulled out a snake and everybody went nuts and scattered. It was just fun. It was a fun time.
So
yeah, it was a fun time. And I just remember last story, and then we'll move on. But I remember like my first day going to our training center, which is at PCOM, which is at a medical college on the main line. And
the old training center?
The old training center.
I don't even remember that one.
Yeah, we weren't there very long. We shared it with a college. We shared the court. We shared a weight room with kids. Like you go in there, and our guys would be lifting next to kids. The weight room was so small. We had kids like lifting in the, literally laying on the ground lifting weights. And in the locker room, there were only 12 lockers. We had 15 guys on the team. It was
an NBA team.
NBA. It was
that is ridiculous.
And then we went
crazy.
Went on, of course, to build like the world-class training center, thanks to Josh Harris and David Blitzer in the state of New Jersey. But it was amazing.
The training center now is amazing.
So the transition from what we walked into, this kind of Mickey Mouse organization, to like a world-class, like set-up organization, and you attribute that to Josh and David, of course, and Brett Brown and the whole team. But everybody kind of rallied around, so like, this isn't good enough.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
I love that.
And then
okay,
Dr. J around, Iverson around, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was a great team. Okay, question. So obviously that was all trust the process. What is the biggest time in your life where you feel like you've had to trust the process in life?
I think probably that's a great question. I've had so many times. I think through COVID was probably the hardest, where you just had to like grit through it. It was a tough time in my life. My dad had passed away. My best friend had taken his own life, unfortunately, and then we had the stress and pressure of COVID, and then I think that was a rough time.
Yeah.
So I think that was a time where you just say like, okay, just you can't see the end, so you just take one step and put it in front of the other. Then you take another step, and you just try to make the best decision you can with the information you have. How about you?
Oh, honestly, I feel like right now, like the last like few months, just because I feel like I had like a pretty solid idea of what my life was going to look like, my whatever with my relationship, my job, everything. And then when I got dumped, that kind of all changed. And I feel like I've had to really like deep dive into myself and just be like, okay, like I'm surrendering. Surrender's been my word. Like trust the process. Whatever's supposed to happen, like everything's happening for a reason.
Right. Yeah. Okay, I like that a lot. I mean, I remember, look, you've been a strong-willed young gal for a long time.
What?
I remember when you were
Thank
three.
you.
I'll never forget this. We were living in Summit, New Jersey, in that house in Linden, one of my favorite houses.
Oh, my favorite house ever.
In Linden.
The
Linden
cutest
Place.
yellow house with beehive shutters.
And
Oh, it's
you
adorable.
You could walk to town and walk to the
it's
train
lovely.
station. And that neighborhood was just like the place everybody came for Halloween. It was just almost like a quintessential Americana experience.
Completely.
And you were 3, how old were you? 3 or 4?
No.
Older?
Linden, we moved when I was in 3rd grade.
Is this possible that you did this in 3rd grade?
No, are you going to talk about?
Face.
Okay, that's the story I thought you were going to say.
Yeah.
No, that was we were in Rosemont when that happened. Cause I was younger. Or we were in Colony.
I had to be Colony.
So then I was sometime between 4 and 3rd grade.
Well, anyway, we're at the dining room table. I could swear I was Linden. Obviously not. And you're just throwing food on the ground. And I was like, yo, stop throwing food on the ground. You're like,
wait, imagine 3rd grade me is just like a full child. No, there's no way it was 3rd grade.
However old you were, like, I thought you were young, like maybe 3 or 4 years old.
No, I definitely was young.
So when you like throwing food on the ground, I was like, yo, what are you doing? Stop throwing food on the ground. And you just look me in the eye and just throw it on the ground again. I was like, I'm serious. Stop throwing it on you. Just take it, throw it on the ground. So I just kind of grabbed your hand like this. I'm like, Lex, stop throwing food on the ground. You look me in the eye, turn around, punch me in the face. I swear, like this. And I was kind of like, you ever get stung in the face? It's like, not like it's a little kid. It doesn't like it hurts, but it just kind of stung me.
Wait, what did you do?
Yeah, I picked you up by the back. And I was like, going to just give you a little love tap in the back. And your mother was like, you do not lay a hand on her. And I was like, that's not happening. Right? I'll give you a little love tap on the back. You're like, oh, I'm afraid of Dad. I'm like, oh, here we go. That's how it started. And then you go run into your mom. I'm afraid to come downstairs. I was like, okay.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Wait, that's so funny.
You punched me in the face, though.
That is true. No, I had to have been. I know this story, and I'm pretty sure that this story is in your book because for some reason people keep mentioning it to me, and I'm like, this has to be. I'm pretty sure it's in your book, and I had to have been like 4. There's no way I was in 3rd grade. I'd be like,
look at that right there. Michael Carter Williams from
oh my gosh,
Space.
how did we forget about him? He's one of my favorite.
Yeah, MCW.
His first career triple double. Whoa, career triple double.
That was his first game.
27, 12, and 10.
I believe
wow.
we were
that was
playing,
his first game?
I believe, yeah. We were playing the Heat.
Nope.
I believe this is the game.
Nope, Magic.
Oh. Well, anyway, we were playing the Heat, the first game. And it was LeBron, Bosh, and Wade. They had just made all the moves. So it was their first, like, oh, we're going to be awesome. And we beat them on our home court. Yeah.
That's a home opener?
Fun game. I didn't know. I thought he had a big game that game.
This was from December 3rd.
So he must have, that was his first triple-double.
Yeah.
I think he had 30 that game.
Yeah, well, it says first triple-double.
I know. Well, it's kind of wrecks the story.
That was a fun extra story, though.
Yeah. Okay, so Top Golf today.
Oh, Top Golf today. Are you sure you want to get into this?
Let's get into it. I had a tough start. Ricky, who's our producer, do not show my first 5 swings. After that, I hit the ball fairly. No, Ricky, I'm serious. The first 5 swings were pretty rough for me.
It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. And
I had little person clubs.
That's what you kept saying.
Because I was playing little tight clubs.
Because he asked to bring his own clubs
yeah, I want to bring my clubs.
15
like,
times.
You can't bring your own clubs.
We're all like, no, that is
golf.
so embarrassing. You're not bringing your clubs.
So instead, I had those little tykes.
And then he blamed everything on the clubs.
Then I started crushing the ball.
Yeah, then you started crushing it. You
Ricky
started off
those.
a little. Wow! Okay. Wow! Rough, and then
a little rough.
You were killing everyone else. Like You were
Not
just
by the
joining us.
score though. The scoring in Topgolf is so
Yeah,
bizarre.
it's weird.
Topgolf is a spectacular experience.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome.
food's
Except we
good.
went, it was 10 degrees outside.
No, it was really cold. Polar vortex going on right now. I just read that.
That's crazy.
Have you ever heard of the polar vortex? I've never heard of that before.
No, I never heard of that.
It means it's cold. But we're out there playing. I thought the heaters would be a little stronger. But
Yeah.
By the way, the hot chocolate was great. The nachos
I had tea
were
and
good.
it was amazing.
I know Alexa is allergic to everything. So let me give it a try. Nuts, tree nuts, fish, shellfish, carrots, gluten, dairy, fruit with skin. I know this because every time we go to a restaurant,
That was amazing.
we get the
that,
steaks.
You just missed sesame, but that
Sesame.
was amazing.
Thank you. I'm doing a good job.
Yes,
and we've been much better the last 12 months making sure that you've had food to eat in the house. So if you have a daughter
Much better.
or son with allergies, just be a little bit more proactive in getting the right foods in the house, making sure that there's an option.
Yeah.
You know, and
You guys do such a good job.
I know we weren't great earlier. I wasn't very sympathetic earlier.
No, not even were y'all not great. Y'all were so mean about it. Like literally terrible. I would just be sitting there starving and everyone's feasting around me. I'm just like,
but how do you think you handled it?
that's so crazy. Okay, no, I didn't handle it well.
Because we would be like, hey, what do you want for lunch? And you would start crying. Hey guys, anybody hungry? You start crying again.
I'm an emotional girl, and it was really hard. Being around food was really hard for me.
You cried every time we had a meal.
Yeah, I did.
And so then we would all be looking at each other like, anybody else hungry? What should we do? Wait till she goes to the bathroom. Then we'll make a plan.
That's so insane.
But now it's better. Now we have a routine.
Yeah. And I feel like it's been because the gluten and dairy was only a year and a half ago. So I feel like now that it's been more time, I'm like, I don't know.
You adjusted.
I've totally.
And we've adjusted. We've all adjusted.
Yeah, everyone's adjusted.
Right.
Look at us killing it.
Yeah. Much better now.
Yeah, much better.
We'll eat a lot of Greek salads in the house.
Yeah, minus the feta.
And Chipotle.
And lots of Chipotle.
Yeah. But it's been good. So far, so
Yeah,
good.
so far, so good. So far, so great. Okay, should we finish off with some guess the Disney character?
Yeah, I'll do some guesses. We should talk a little bit about Melo.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Melo.
Yes, we should. I thought that Marshmallow was the cat that was down here.
You know,
but
in
it
my
was
job,
Cinnamon.
I didn't get involved in many player transactions. Like I dealt with players. I was always in the room. I was always talking, but I'm not scouting players. I didn't draft players.
Yeah.
But Melo is a guy that I actually was part of getting him to New York.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
That was pretty fun. Yeah.
And fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
And Amari too, right? Because they were right around.
Amari wasn't mean. I was there for the fun part of it, but
Yeah.
But with Melo, I was, I was with Masai Urgi, who's now in Toronto, but was in Denver, and Josh Kroenke and Leon
That's
Rose, who's his
so
agent,
fun.
and Howie Newchow, who
Love
Uncle
Howie.
Howie. Mark Cuban was there. It was 2 a.m. at All Star Weekend.
Shut up.
Yeah. And the one
Wait,
thing
this is the stuff that goes down at All Star?
that went down at All Star. That was pretty wild.
That's
and the only thing that was holding up the
crazy.
deal was Timofey Moskov. Remember him? Played for the
Yes,
Knicks?
of course.
They wanted him. We didn't want to give him. Anyway, finally it was okay, we ended up giving up. But
French guy, right?
Russian.
Oh.
Close though.
I think I'm thinking of someone else.
I think you are too.
No, but do you remember who was the French guy who was on the Sixers? You know who I'm talking about.
I do. He was fantastic.
Lou.
It wasn't Lou.
No, last
It
name.
was Tim.
It was Tim.
Timmy.
A different. Yeah,
Timmy.
it was Timmy.
Yeah, but this was a.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Anywho, but anyway, it was really fun. I love him. I actually remember he wanted to wear number 14. He's worn number 14 his whole life. And Earl the Pearl Monroe, who you probably don't remember, but retired jersey, one of the legends of the game, had 14. And I remember talking to Bay Frazier, who's his handler, and saying I think he should wear 14. He should call Earl the Pearl Monroe. And I'm like, you're not wearing Earl the Pearl Monroe's phone number. It's just this is New York, okay?
No, facts though.
But anyway, he was good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, but anyway, one of the great stories. Okay, guess the
Love
Disney
that.
character. I have one. I've been thinking about this a long time.
Oh gosh.
And
Okay, I wonder
so,
what
guess
it's
the
gonna
Disney
be.
characters. A game we've been playing since Lex was about 5 years old. We played it in the car with the girls. I think of a Disney character, or somebody does, and she gets to guess.
Some people love to
clues.
be it every single time though. So
Okay, I'm thinking of one.
okay. All right. Is it a boy?
Yes.
Oh gosh. Which direction do I go? Is it a fairy?
No.
Is it a pirate?
Yes.
Does he have a friend named Captain Hook?
No.
So it's not Smee.
No.
What? Is it Captain Hook?
Yes. Hey, congratulations.
That was so good.
Okay, congrats. You did a good job. Took you a little longer this time, but nice job.
Well, you actually branched out. That's amazing.
Thank you for listening to the Girl Dad podcast. Lexi O'Neill and Scott O'Neill, we're thrilled to have you. Please, if you have any comments, put them in the space below. Please share this with friends.
Like, subscribe, comment.
We love you. We appreciate you and look forward to seeing you next week.
Bye.